Me tired, fam. But the show must go on. And you know, it's not even late, you know. It's like 7:58 right now. So, you know, certain days just had them tired days and that. Probably because I got up early and went running this morning. But when your views change, you're going to lose people along the way. Friends and family in particular. Forget about leveling up. Man, talk about leveling up and that. And becoming successful, getting on the path to becoming successful and that, and losing family and friends along the way. And I make videos talking about it's lonely at the top. Forget about being successful. Forget about leveling up. Just when you get me, your views change and your mind changes, the way you think changes, you're going to automatically repel certain people from your life. You're automatically going to start losing family and friends. So let's go way back in the day, innit, yeah? And let's go to around when I was like 17 years old. Now, I've never had the victim mentality. I've never thought to myself, because I'm a black man, it's going to be 10 times as hard. That's been drilled and drummed into me from various different people in my life. Elders and people my age, innit, yeah, growing up and that. But I never had a victim mentality. But there was one thing I did think before. And I think this must have lasted a week or a month. Again, when I was 17 years old, and I remember watching them videos, you know, like, oh, slavery and that, and what the white man done to black man and that, and thinking, fuck this, and at the same time, I never felt like a victim. I never felt, oh, you know, my life is going to be hard because I'm a black man. But I was like, man, fuck this bullshit. How these people do this to us and that? And I remember walking to Peacocks in Edmonton Green. It's no longer there no more. It's a fucking job centre. Like, they got 2 job centres in Edmonton Green now, innit? Anyway, I remember walking to Peacocks in Edmonton Green, going to buy some combat trouser car back when man was 17 and that, around 010, 09 and them things there. Yeah, combats was in fashion and that. I remember going to Peacocks to go and buy some combats and thinking, man, fuck this, blood. How did people them do this to us and that? That lasted about a month, innit? And then, like I said, I've never had the victim mentality in that. But I remember my mind changed and I really got on the right path and that around about when I was 20 years old. It was literally like overnight. One day I just woke up on the other side of the bed. But really and truly, there was no other side of the bed. My bed was against my wall that was underneath my window at my mum's yard. So there was only one side of the bed that I could have got out of. But you understand what I'm trying to say? Partly to do with me watching Steve Walco's show. You know this, you know, R.I.P. Jerry Springer. Steve Walco's, he was one of the security guards with the bald head. Man, I started watching his show. I never watched Jerry Springer. I think the show was just bullshit, innit? But man, I used to watch the Steve Walco show, and he always spoke about, he didn't use the word accountability in that, but the way he used to talk, he used to be like, nah, you're a man, you need to take accountability and that, and talking to the guests and that, and people were coming on and talking about, oh, I got this drug problem and that, and he used to say, like, you're the only person that can fix your problem. The only person who can fix your problem is yourself. And right then and there, that's how I sort of like developed accountability and that, and it was almost like overnight. Man changed my mindset. Again, I didn't have the victim mindset, but now I felt like I just got more focused than that. I believe it was from that show, and I made a video about it a very long time ago, innit? But I remember thinking, yeah, you know what, yeah, if anyone's gonna fix my life or better my life, it's gonna be me. It's down to me. Ain't no one coming to save me. That's how I was kind of thinking back when I was 20 years old. So these times, man's 20 at like, and this is like 2013, and I remember I had one brethren and two brethrens, and man fell out with them and have not spoke to them since. It's almost 10 years basically. Had 2 brethrens, one of them went to my primary school, was a year above me, and the other brethren, we went to the same school, secondary school, but I went there for 5 days and left. I went to another school. But them 2 were neighbours and that, and obviously I knew both of them, whatever, innit? And we was hanging around and that. And I can't remember, I must have said a couple things a week or 2 prior, but I must have been talking about black people need to take accountability and that it's down to us to get ourselves out of the rut, whatever, innit? And I remember, it's almost as if they linked up with me in the night to argue and, you get me, come at man about this mindset that I got. Because I remember we was walking from Texas Fried Chicken in Edmonton through Asda to my estate, and they were saying like, yeah, man, you've changed, man. Like, you get me, arguing with man about black oppression, all this nonsense, innit? And I remember that was one of 2 times I've actually ever had a big argument with any of my brethren. Like, literally, man was having like a proper argument outside my mum's yard. I was going mad, bro. Are you not fucking mad? Them man there still thinking like dumb, like just thinking like little kids and that. They took one of my brethren at the time was talking about he wants to go back and look for one youth to fight him because one youth must have said to him on the train at the platform when he was about to get on the train, what are you saying, kind of thing. And I think to myself, like, blood, you're too old to be getting into beef with people over a man saying what you saying and that. Yeah, like, how would your mum think? How would your mum tell you to deal with that situation and that? Whatever. And so anyway, we had some big argument and that. And yeah, man just dropped their man out from there. Literally. So yeah, when you level up and that, and when you become rich and get successful, yeah, friends and that, people around you gonna hate on you and that. But not just because you're rich and successful, blood. Man are gonna hate on you when your brain and your mind and your views change, blood. You know how much people right now have fell out with their best friend or someone that they was on, you get me, good terms with, over should we vote for Brexit or stay in the EU? Yeah, literally. Do you know how much people, when the election's coming up and that, you know how much people have fell out because, oh, this brethren is voting for Labour and this brethren is voting for Conservative and that. When you don't think the same as other people, and when people don't think the same as you have nothing in common no more. So you think to yourself, why am I hanging around with someone that has nothing in common with me? Like, trust me, I know people that think that buying a Rolex watch is more important than buying a property. When I hear that, I think to myself, why am I even talking to someone like this? Your brain is wired in a different way to mine. And it is wrong. Yeah, it is wrong, blood. No one can ever tell me that buying a Rolex watch or AP or Breitling or Cartier watch is a better investment than a property. You see, man that think like that, oh yeah, because it goes up quicker in value, they're just justifying it, blood. They're justifying it. They're not buying the watch because it goes up in value. And that's a really good byproduct. The man are buying that watch because they want, you get me, stunt on the gram and get themselves killed by girls. Yeah? You stunting with all these watches, and I never heard a man get killed over a property. But I hear a man get set up for their jewels and that all the time, fam. Yeah, just because you heard about that one story where the 2 girls set up the guy and that and he died and that. Blood, that happens all the time and on the ends, blood. What are you talking about? Yeah, man get mashed up and broke up and that. Yeah, certain man get robbed for their things and killed and that. The reason why it don't come to light or people don't know it was a honey trap and that, because the girls got away with it. Yeah, oh, meet me here. And the guy goes there and he gets killed, blood. So, yeah, when your views and opinions change and that, you're naturally going to distance yourself from other people. My girl told me about one of her brethren and that, talking about, oh yeah, you know, when you have kids and that, yeah, you need to teach them about black oppression because they're going to be mixed and that. Damn, you see all that bullshit, like, even that madness. Why would you be teaching you think, yeah, I would teach my children about black oppression. Why am I going to teach my son or my daughter about something that's going to hinder them? Why am I going to teach them about something that is made up, is fictitious? Yeah, there's no such thing as black oppression right now. Maybe there was back in the day, but this is 2023. There's no black oppression. There's equal opportunities for black people and that. Yeah, there's nowhere on the mortgage application that asks is for your fucking ethnicity and that. So therefore, you can work a job, save your money and buy as much properties as you want. That's a way to financial freedom and success and that. So don't tell me about no black oppression. But anyway, you think I'm going to teach my children, you think I'm going to teach my son, teach my daughter about something that will distract them, something that will take away their power? I'm not teaching my child about, yeah, you know, you better stay strong, you know, because you might get depression and that. What the fuck am I teaching them that for? Man, don't teach that. Yeah, I don't promote. No, I'm not in this business of making people weak. I don't want no weakness around me. Yeah, it's contagious, blood. I don't like that shit. And anyone who thinks, oh, you know, black people have it hard, I don't want you around me. It's as simple as that. I don't want you nowhere near me. Yeah, because I'm on the right path and all you can do is hold me down. I see life as a race. And I only want to have people running with me who are gonna help push me forward, yeah, make me faster, not hold me down, hold me back. I don't want people adding unnecessary weight to my race. And I've spoken about this in other videos before. I don't know if I've dropped them and released them yet. But I'm saying that, like, life is a race and you want to be as light as possible. Imagine you're in a 100-meter sprint. You want to be as light as possible. If you start accumulating debt, if you start taking out things on credit card and taking out all these loans and that, if you have children way too early, you are going to be putting an unnecessary weight on your shoulders that's going to hinder you. You want to be as light as possible. So I advise any man watching this right now, don't have no kids before the age of 30. Don't get into no credit card debt. Don't finance these cars that you can't really afford. Yes, don't take out all these mad loans and that, payday loans and that. Don't do nothing. Don't have no kids before. Don't do nothing that's going to add any more weight to your race. You need to be as light as possible. The lighter you are, the more efficient you are. How the fuck are you truly... you need to try and put yourself in a position where success is going to be as easy for you as possible. You put yourself in a position where you can make as much mistakes and it's not going to matter. When you have children and that, you can't afford to be making all these mistakes and that. You can, but blood, you're going to have that guilt. Man. But boy, imagine this business deal goes wrong and I lose everything. Now my kids are going to starve. That don't mean that man that has kids that's watching this right now should not make no steps to become rich or become successful and that. But blood, when you're a young man, you ain't got no kids before 30, blood, you need to be taking all the risks you fucking can, blood. Or at least be doing something, at least be stepping outside your comfort zone, blood. Because when you fail, it don't really matter when you're young and you're single and you ain't got no kids in there. When you're failing in that, you're failing your children, and unfortunately, they might feel the brunt of it. So anyway, when you change your mindset, when you change your views and your opinions, the people them around you are going to change. The people them around you are going to start looking at you sideways and that. Forget them, blood. Forget them, man. But that's it for today, man. Stay wise. Done now.